Bienvenidos a todos, welcome back people. Today I'm going to do my usual video for July's earnings since we're going into August now. So I'm going to cover all the dividends I received in the month of July. And today we've got special guests, the Baroness Mildred von Woofington. Just thought she'd come and say hello. So yeah, thanks for coming back for another one. And as usual, I'm glad you're here. You could have been watching anything on YouTube. You could have been watching The Reason You Don't Leave Kids Unattended with Dogs.
This is Sparta!
Or you could have been watching a dog that really loves to play the piano and sing. But anyway, you're right back here with us, so for that I'm grateful. Gratitude as always. So let's roll the credits and get to it. Right, so let's jump straight into it. These are the dividend payments I received in the month of July. I'm going to do them in alphabetical order, just makes things a bit easier for me. So, first on the list is Agnc, and I got paid for my 143 shares, the sum of £12.26. I like Agnc because it's a monthly dividend paying stock. It's a REIT, which it stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. Typically they pay a higher dividend yield than most stocks because they receive certain tax benefits. They have to pay out more than 90% of their income in the form of dividends to their shareholders. But it would be ill-advised to just simply fill your portfolio full of REITs, because then, you are all in on one sector, and if something happens to that sector, then your portfolio is going to take a serious beating. So although REITs are my favorite and I do own a lot of them, I wouldn't advise purely buying REITs. And while we're talking about advising, like I always point out, I'm not a financial advisor, and most importantly, I'm not your financial advisor. Always do your own due diligence before buying any stocks. Don't just listen to anyone in this space who mentions a stock and be like, yeah, I'm going to go buy it. Do your own research, because there may be reasons it makes sense for us to own it, but it may not make sense for you. So always do your own due diligence. Right, next on the list is Altria. They're a tobacconist. I own 2 shares of them, and for those I got paid £1.29. Next on the list is B&G Foods. They make and distribute frozen foods, canned foods, mainly in the United States. I do like consumer staples, and I own 2 shares of those, and for those I got paid 66p. Next on the list is Coca-Cola. As I've mentioned before, every time I buy a cup of coffee from Costa, which is owned by Coca-Cola, I buy 0.1 of a share. I own 2.4 shares, so that means I've bought 24 cups of coffee so far this year. I wouldn't quite call that an addiction. But anyway, for those 2.4 shares, I got paid 74p. I own 1 share of Comcast. Comcast is actually the parent company of CNBC. I watch a lot of CNBC, so I thought, you know what, let me buy a share. I will build up the position. It won't be one of my biggest, but for my 1 share of Comcast, I got paid 19p. Right, next on the list is GSK, GlaxoSmithKline. I own 1 share of them, and for that 1 share, I got paid 14p. But what also happened is GSK sold off a division of their company, and that company is now trading on the London Stock Exchange, and they're called Haleon. So I actually received 1 share as a part of that spin-off. I believe they pay a dividend. I don't know too much info on them yet, but I'm going to look into it, do a bit of a deep dive, and if it's worth it, I did hear they're going to pay a dividend as well. So I'm going to look into it, and if they're, if the numbers make sense, then I'm going to build a position in that too. But yeah, for my 1 share of GSK, I got paid 14p. Next on the list is another one on the London Stock Exchange, Henderson High Income Trust. I own 10 shares of them, and I got paid 25p. Next on the list is Innovative Industrial Properties Inc., IIPR. They are a REIT in the Mary Jane space. They actually have an impressive dividend yield of 7.2%. And for the 1 share I own, I got paid £1.24. Next on the list, one of my personal favorites, Iron Mountain, a very, very sturdy company. I believe they're a dividend aristocrat as well. They have an impressive 5.12 dividend yield, and for my 2 shares, I got paid 88 pence. Next on the list is New Residential Income Corp, which have now actually changed their name, which threw me off because I couldn't find them. Is now Rhythm Capital. I own 5 shares of them, and I've got paid 87 pence. Right, next on the list is Prospect Capital. They are another monthly paying dividend REIT. I own 5 shares of them, and for those I got paid 21 pence. Right, last but not least, definitely not least, one of my favorites is Starwood Property Trust. I believe they're actually the biggest REIT in the United States. I own 5 shares of them, and for those I got paid £1.70. So adding all those together, my monthly total payment for July was £20.43. Right, so let's put these figures into the spreadsheet and see how they fared overall. So we got paid £20.43. Okay, so I am actually down 5% from June's totals, but I am still very happy with that. That's pushed my totals for the year to £93.24, meaning I will break the 3-figure mark for dividends in August. I've gone down 5%, but that's because I got paid from less companies. You know, most of the companies I own pay quarterly, but those 4 payments may be spread over different months of the year. So there will be some months that pay less than others. But August should be a good month for me, so I ain't worried about that at all. Plus, with investing, trading, whatever you're into, it's never going to be a straight line going up. You're going to have dips. Lows and highs is just part of the game, innit? And just to be down 5% from last month, that's nothing. So yeah, very, very happy with that. But yeah, I think that brings me to the end of this video. So, you know, if you've been watching from the beginning to the end, I really appreciate you. As always, gratitude. And yeah, just thanks for being a part of this journey. Dividend investing is not a race. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It is literally a marathon. And what seems as, you know, very small steps that you've got to take, they snowball. You get that snowball effect, especially when you're compounding your dividends and you're just reinvesting the whole time. So, you know, you can see in January, my dividend payment was £1.51. It doubled in February to £3.14. A few months later, we're at £20. So, you know, small steps. It's not gonna, I can't retire off this just yet, but who knows where we're gonna be in 20 years. So it really is a marathon. If you want to get rich quick, dividends ain't your thing. You might want to take a gamble in some random crypto and hope that moons, but then you might lose all your money, and that's your business. Don't come crying to me when that happens. So yeah, again, thanks for joining me, and I'll be back in the end of August to show you August's payments, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a good month for me. So if you don't mind, please hit that like button. It helps this channel out more than you could think. And hit the subscribe button and join me on this journey and see where we end up in a few months or years. And let me know in the comments how your portfolios are going. I'd be very interested to hear. So yeah, until next month, happy investing people. If your portfolios are in the red and you got good quality stocks, I hope you're buying the dip. And yeah, until next month, hasta el próximo mes. Adios.